Hi guys, this is Kel-Tec Lover. I want to take the time in this video clip to talk to you about night sights and some of your options. When it comes to night sights, the most prominent one that you're going to hear on the internet, or you're going to see on the internet, is going to be Trijicon night sights, which is a fantastic product. But unfortunately, not all of us have the money to be able to put into those sights. Not to mention the fact that those sights, after a period of time, and I think it's after about 6 or 8 years, they start having a half-life, and they actually start getting dimmer and dimmer as time goes on. Well, I've got a little bit better option, maybe not so much a better option, but a different option that you might be able to go to put actual night sights on your guns. And it's really, really cheap, and it's actually glow paint. Now, when in times past, when you're thinking of glow paint, or actually the little glow-in-the-dark toys that we used to get when we were kids, you remember when we used to take those things, hold them up to the light for, it seemed like forever, and then we'd take them down for the light and they would glow for about, glow what we thought was really bright for just a few seconds, and then, poof, man, they come down and they go dark pretty quick. Well, some of the glow paints that they've got nowadays, and there's a company by the name of Glow Ink that I purchased my glow paint from, and I use their V10 Ultra Green glow paint. This stuff that they've got nowadays is unbelievably bright, and it lasts for a long time. Once you charge it up, if you charge it up with a good source of light for just a few minutes, that stuff will last all night long as far as a good usable night sight. And I'm going to show you this stuff here in a moment, but and I'm going to go ahead and outline and show you some of my pistols that I've done. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn the light out because I want you guys to see this. Now I went ahead and charged this up with my flashlight, and all I used was a flashlight, but that's it. That's the bottle. That's actually a half ounce bottle of glow paint by Glow Ink. And you see how bright that stuff is? My gosh, that stuff looks radioactive, but it's not. Now, I'm going to take this bottle and I'm going to put it underneath cover because I want you to see in a few minutes just how long that stuff lasts. Because traditionally, when you're talking glow paints, after a few minutes, the stuff gets really, really dim really, really fast. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and pan my camera down because I want to point out my guns that I'm using here. These are actually my 3 carry pistols that I carry on a routine basis. I've got my Glock, I've got my Taurus PT-145, and my Kel-Tec 9mm. Now, all 3 of these guns actually have several different types of ways the sights are laid out, and each one of them pose their own, how should I say it, their own series of challenges, you might say. Alright, with the Kel-Tec, and I'm going to try to pull this in. Now, when I zoom in, you're going to actually see some dirt on my hands. Don't be alarmed. I'm a mechanic by trade, and, well, you know, I get grease on my hands that don't always come out. Anyway, bear with me. I know it's dirty. I'm just working on my ATV just before I made this video clip. Anyway, the Kel-Tec sight is actually a sight that has actually got a hole recessed into this sight. It's got one in the front and one in the back. And that hole, when it's recessed into the sight like that, it gives the maker or the builder of the sight a place to apply some white paint to give it a good, nice shadow effect, so that the sights pick up on quick acquisition. You're able to acquire the sights pretty quick whenever you're trying to sight in on something. The problem with these type of sights is the fact that they're a lint magnet. You're going to get lint and dirt and dust and stuff down inside those sights, and you're going to constantly try to blow them out. When you're doing the glow sights on these, you're actually going to accomplish 2 things. First of all, you're going to fill that sight full of the glow paint, and then you're going to wipe it off smooth, and you're going to put a little dot of epoxy over just each one of the little dots. Now I'm going to try to show you that, to show you just how precise that looks. You can see how it turned out. Now, believe it or not, this particular pistol has been carried for about 3 years with these sights already done like this on it. When it comes to cleanup on this stuff, and I just want to give you a quick mention, you're going to use the same. You can actually use alcohol pads to clean it up, and you can also use acetone to thin it. when you go to, before you put the sight material in there to begin with, you're going to actually need to put some white paint in behind it. And the easiest way that I found to do that is actually this stuff right here. This is just regular white fingernail polish. Sally Hansen's white tip fingernail polish works great for it's a really white, bright paint that makes it a good base to put your night sights over. Anyway, that's the Kel-Tec. Now on the Taurus has got the hind sights. These are steel sights with a little white insert down inside there, so you don't have to put the paint on these. You just put the glow paint right over the top of it, and then you put your little dot of epoxy over it. And I'm going to try to zero in to where you can see just how crisp and clean that is. There, that's on the Taurus. Now on the Glock, that actually poses its own challenge, its own unique challenge, because Glock has this type of sighting mechanism. It's a plastic sight with a white plastic horseshoe looking thing in there, and to be able to get a nice crisp clean sight actually painted on there, it's very difficult. But as you're fixing to see here in a moment, it is possible. Now I'm going to turn out the lights, and I'm going to show you each one of these, and I'll show you which pistol. Whoop, make sure I got the flashlight. There it is. All right. Now, each one of these things have actually got nice bright sights, but it's not going to show up on camera. So I'm going to give you guys a quick burst of power. They actually have. They're actually glowing right now. Well, there. You can see that right there. Didn't think it was going to show up. That's on the Kel-Tec right there. I haven't given it out any light. That was just whatever it was absorbing from above my head here. Now watch this. I'll try to do this to where. Look at that. See how bright that is? Now you see just that amount of light was all I gave it to brighten those up that bright. Now that was on my Kel-Tec. Now on my Glock, we'll see if this will show up on the Glock. Oh yeah, barely show up on the Glock there. There's the sights. I'm going to go ahead and add some light to these to where those show up. Look at that. Wild, isn't it? Okay, that's on the Glock. Now on the Taurus, like I said, it's got the hind sights, and there we go. There's the hind sights right there. That's without any light being absorbed, just by what it was absorbing above my head. Give it a quick jolt there to where you guys can see those. There you go. And that's it. That was on the Taurus. Now, check this out. See if that still shows up. That's the glow paint. It has not absorbed any more light. I've had it underneath this cover over here, so it has not absorbed any more light since the beginning of this video clip. Believe it or not, these things will actually continue to glow. And you notice I haven't, this is on my Taurus. It's been a minute or two, a few seconds, whatever, and they're still pretty bright. Same thing, and then this was my first one, this was the Kel-Tec. I wish that would show up better on film, but they're actually bright enough to be able to see without any problem. But you get the idea. And I'm going to go ahead and annotate the place where I actually got the glow paint at. You don't want to see my big old mouth, do you? I'm going to annotate where I got this glow paint at. I actually bought it from a place called Glow Ink. There it is, it's underneath my cover. I actually got it from a place called Glow Ink, and it's their Ultra Green V10 glow paint. You can get this stuff in blue, red, yellow, pink, whatever color that you want. When you go to the website, you'll see that there's tons of different colors. This happens to be a 1/2 ounce bottle. You can get it in larger ounce bottles. You can also buy glow powder, just the powder, and you can mix that stuff with epoxy. And if you've got sights that actually have the holes in them, you can actually mix it with epoxy and pack it down inside the holes. It's a great product, guys. Man, I'm telling you, check it out. This is a very real demonstration of just how good this stuff is. Check it out, guys. Let me know what you think. Thank you for watching.